So good morning. As you've probably gathered, I'm heading towards Kinder today. Firstly, heading up Grindsbrook Clough, or Grindsbrook Clough if you prefer. Parked in Edale in the Village Hall car park. £5.20 to pay for the day, but that money goes back into the park, doesn't it? So happy to contribute. It is the 6th of November. It's just gone 10:30. I set off just after 10:30. So it's quite chilly at the minute, but it's supposed to be clear, at least for the most part. It might cloud over later on this afternoon. But I'm looking forward to a decent climb up Grindsbrook Clough again. And at the minute, just admiring the autumnal colours. Lots of yellows, greens, browns, oranges in the trees as we make our way up towards Grindsbrook Clough. Where do we want to be, Type C? Really don't think it matters right now. Just got to get up it the best way possible. Wobbly. Quality this. Right, I'm going to put you down for a minute, plot my route. There we go. Beautiful. Oh, it's warm work though. I started off with a hat and another jacket. I've soon ditched them. So much water coming down. I've done this walk twice now, Grindsbrook Clough. Still haven't decided. Both times in November. Both times lots of water flowing down like this. It was almost a year ago to the day, I think. To be honest, I'm not exactly sure on the dates, but yeah, it was a year ago. It was in November. And me and Mum did this. Shame you're not here with me today, Mum, doing it. Ah, oh, splash. Back soon, I'm sure. We're up here now. This is a scramble, and I love it. I'll speak to you shortly. There's a view. I love that. I love the view down this clough. See, already we're higher than... Is that Mamtor? I don't know, do not quote me on that. It's probably not. Point the camera at the mountains. Thinking this one. There's not too much further to the top, to be fair. Oh, breather. But yeah, absolutely loving it. So I pretty much made it. Here's the cairn. And nip across this rock here. It's a bit higher up. We'll go off this way then. Have a look around. That might be a good view from over there actually. I might nip over there as well. I love that view. I'm going to nip over to them rocks there and see how it looks from there. That rock's got half a face. Smile! Fantastic. Absolutely love it. So we're not at the top of Kinder obviously, but we're at the top of the climb of Grindsbrook Clough, and I say we head off that way. But I'm just going to nip over to them rocks and have a look. And there we go, made it to them rocks. What a view. So I just checked my Strava app while I was on the way over to these rocks. I've been going an hour and it's 2.3 miles at 2.3 miles an hour then that climb up there. I don't think that's bad going considering the terrain. Right, let's have a couple of photos and make tracks. I might put my hat back on, it's a bit chilly up here. It's not windy but it's just a bit cold, and I'm on a bit more flat level walking now for a bit, so oh, there's them people that were behind me. They've just about caught me then. They've got a pace on as well. Smoky. Right. So true to form with me being up here, there's a little bit of drizzle in the air. It's very light at the minute, so it's not affecting me. It looks a bit like a dog. Woof woof. It's got one nostril as well. That probably looks even more like a dog from there, if you've got an imagination. Someone's left a rock. Let's have a look. Shay and Martin Turner, I imagine, in loving memory. Hard to read that. 12th of the 11th, 2012. Oh, looks like he's only 5 years old. Rest in peace, Shay. I'll put the rock back there for safekeeping. So I say there's a little bit of drizzle in the air at the minute. It's not too bad. There's no wind, so that's a bonus. Or very little anyway. This looks like it could be a path. It could be a bit of a wet traipse across the moorland, the peatland, whatever it may be up here. But if we get wet feet, we get wet feet, don't we? That's the whole part of the task. Got a fell runner down there. Rather you than me, kid, rather you than me. So yeah, it's quite peaty already. Let's just go and have some fun. So that light drizzle, sorry, has now become light rain. You can maybe see it in the puddle down there. And I've got to try and get over here somehow. I'm not sure whether to jump that bit there, or whether to cross here where it's easy and scramble up this muddy, this peaty thing, I don't know. Let's go this way. It looks easier. All part of the fun, right? It's another leap of faith. Huge leap. Whoa. All good fun, right? So it's quite hard to follow the path around here. I mean, there's several different tracks and trails, and you're forever wandering off them to avoid peat bogs and streams that are flowing across in front of you, and it makes it quite difficult to navigate. Really, that's the second banana skin I've seen today. Let's pick that one up as well. I'm gonna have a bag full by the time I've finished. Why? Take your rubbish with you. Right, this tree here, this Christmas tree, I'm calling it a Christmas tree because I'm fairly certain that it was this one that when we walked past last year, it was covered in Christmas decorations. Is it still? No, it doesn't appear to be. Oh, that's a shame. It had bells. Oh, hang on, I can see something. All the excitement. There's a little star in there. And a glow stick, which probably doesn't work. Can't get much closer because, ow! Because it's, there's another star at the top. The bells seem to have gone. Ah, no, they haven't. No, they haven't. I've seen better days. Yeah, not quite as festive as it was last year. I don't normally do this, but go on, let's have a stone up on top. I might try and balance it on the other side because I'll probably knock the whole thing down. There we are, there's my addition for you. What a mess. I need to get there somewhere. But I don't know where. Is here, do we think? No, not really. Oh, crikey. We're just going to have to go for it, aren't we? There's no alternative. Trust your boots. A bit further. Ah, look to the, yep, no, yep. I certainly wouldn't have fancied wading through that lot. So this is the third time we've been here now. First time the weather was crap. Second time I actually decided to do it in the snow. So it was even worse. But this time, it's not too bad. Morning. But the views from here are quite impressive too. So let's go and have a look. So the clouds are quite high today, which I'm really thankful for. That's what I wanted. That's why I planned it today and no other day this week. But them views are absolutely epic, aren't they? Well, they are for me. Love that. Right, let me get some photos and we'll go and try and get another view of it from over there somewhere. And then we'll stop for some sandwiches. What a great spot for lunch this is, eh? Very little wind in the air. I can just see back over this way, which is the way we're heading next, which is towards the trig on top of Kinder. The cloud is starting to roll over the hills, so there's every chance there's not going to be much to see from the trig. So I'm going to finish enjoying my lunch and then we'll get a move on. Right, so I'm just heading away from where I had lunch now, and you can see ahead of me what I mean by the cloud rolling over the hills. It's coming in. So we're a bit higher up now, not far away from the trig. So as you can see, it's a bit more cloudy up top. So as is usually the case when I'm up here, it's a game of find the trig. So I see the trig point ahead, there's a couple of people there already. So I'll give them a minute to clear off and I'll have my photo with it. Right, so I didn't do any video at the trig point because them two blokes weren't prepared to move. But that's Kinder Low ticked off, 633 metres. Now we've just got to get back to Edale. Still quite a way to go. Got to go down Jacob's Ladder and then across to Edale. So we've still got a good 4 or 5 miles yet. But that is Kinder Low done, and it's now disappeared into the cloud. So let's get down off the mountain and out of the cloud. Again, the cairn marks the split in the path. If we'd have not turned off and headed towards Kinder Downfall, we'd have come along that way. It's quite a muddy stretch, so I think. Obviously we've just come from up there. We head on off this way. So we have a public footpath via Jacob's Ladder back to Edale. This is the way we are going. So we're now well onto Jacob's Ladder, which is literally just a lot of stones, flagstones. So the old Packhorse Bridge here kind of signifies the bottom of Jacob's Ladder, as does the sign that we're about to view here. So that was Jacob's Ladder. The renovation of this footpath and bridleway, together with the adjoining woodland conservation work, was carried out with the help from the Manpower Services Commission Community Programme as part of the European Year of the Environment, 1987. That could do with a few commas in it. I added a few myself. And there's just a little bit about the high peak and about the peat bogs. Pause that if you want to have a quick read. Always a test after a bit of a journey, but smashed it. Feeling great actually. I thought my legs would be aching a bit more. My knees, I don't want to speak too soon. Give me a bit of jip coming down Jacob's Ladder, but yeah, all's good, all's good. So this light drizzle has turned into rain again. I didn't want to have to stop to dig my waterproof out the bottom of my bag and probably take this one off and put it in my bag and mess about. But it doesn't show any sign of letting up. So I think the sensible thing would be to stop and put my waterproof on. Welcome to Mr. Orange. I think we're finishing the walk in the orange. Yeah, the rain carried on. No point getting drenched, is there? So 1.25 miles to go. That shouldn't take us long, should it? There's a hell of a noise coming from ahead. So there must have been at least 20 of them. There's only been 8, 9, 10. But having lots and lots of fun, and that's what it's all about, isn't it? So fair play to them. Soaked to the bone. Muddied up to high hell. Probably about 15-20 kids with 2 teachers, carers, whatever they may be. Chaos. Absolute chaos. So I think just down in the distance there is Edale Station. So I've just got to get along the rest of this trail and then drop down into the village. There's another troop ahead of me. These look a bit older. Oh, actually somewhat older than me, to be fair. But I didn't video them anyway. Some dirty sheep around. But then that's hardly surprising given the current weather conditions and recent weather conditions. So I'm just kind of on the last stretch back into Edale. There's a little stream down this side of me. I've just checked Strava to see what I've done. I've done just short of 10 miles. There's probably another half a mile to go, so it'll be 10.5 miles. And I've been going 4 hours 16 minutes, so I had another 15 minutes to that probably, so 4.5 hours for 10.5, 11 miles. I'll put the Strava stats on at the end. But yeah, really enjoyed it. The second time I've done that walk, and it is without doubt one of my favourite walks in the Peak District. The scramble up Grindsbrook Clough, I think that's what edges it for me. Probably not a huge fan of coming down Jacob's Ladder. It tells on your knees a bit, that does, but an ends to a means, isn't it? Yeah, really enjoyed it. Short stroll left back to the car park. I've done it in plenty of time. It's 3 o'clock. It takes me about an hour and 45 minutes to get home, so that's actually going to be bang on for getting back for 5 o'clock, I think. Traffic obviously dependent. Yeah, that's it. I'm pretty much back in Edale now. I'll swing you round to have a look. That pub's tempting. Unfortunately, I don't have really much time for that. So that is it for today's walk. I don't know how clear this is because my lens is covered in raindrops. Thank you everyone for watching. See you again soon. Bye bye.